So whether you're just getting behind the wheel for the first time or you've been driving for years, there's this secret language all around us on the roads. Today, we're going to crack that code, the one for UK road signs, and hopefully make you an even more fluent driver. So let me ask you straight up, how fluent are you, really? I mean, do you just kind of recognize the common signs from habit, or do you actually understand the system, the grammar that holds it all together? Because, let's be honest, this isn't just about passing a theory test. Speaking this language fluently is what keeps you, your friends, your family, and everyone else on the road safe. It's really the bedrock of driving confidently and without all the stress. And the best part? It's actually a pretty simple system, and it's all based on just 3 shapes. First, we'll look at triangles. They're going to warn you. Then we'll move on to circles, which give you orders. And finally, we'll cover rectangles, which just give you information. By the end, you'll see how it all clicks together to make your driving a whole lot smoother. Okay, first up, triangles. The easiest way to think about these is like the road is giving you a little tap on the shoulder, saying, "Hey, you, pay attention, something's about to change." They're your early heads up. So here's the bottom line. A triangle means a warning. There's a potential hazard coming up. It's not telling you what to do, it's giving you a crucial bit of intel so you can get ready. When you see one, your brain should immediately just go, hazard ahead. All right, pop quiz. You see this triangle on a rainy day. What's it telling you? It's that classic slippery road warning, right? This is your signal to ease up, leave a bit more space, and just be a bit gentler with the steering and brakes. Simple as that. Now this is where it gets pretty clever. Look at the subtle difference here. On the left, the warning is that the road's getting squeezed from both sides. But on the right, it's only narrowing from the right. It's a perfect example of how these warnings give you really specific info, so you can position your car perfectly before you even get there. And what about this fella? Now, it's a triangle, so you know it's a warning. But hang on, it's flipped upside down. This is the give way sign. Its unique shape makes it impossible to miss, warning you about a junction ahead. But here's the twist. It's a warning that also acts like an order. You must slow down and give way. Okay, let's move on to our next shape. We've had our friendly warnings. Now we're talking about circles, and with circles, the tone changes completely. These are not suggestions, folks. These are the law. The code here is super simple, but you have to get it right. A red circle is a prohibition. It's telling you what you must not do. Think of it as a big red don't. On the other hand, a blue circle is a mandatory instruction. It's telling you what you must do. So red means stop it, blue means do this. And here is a perfect, and I mean perfect example of why that distinction is so critical. These 2 red circles look pretty similar, but legally they are worlds apart. No waiting might let you pull over for a few seconds to pick someone up, but no stopping, that means your wheels cannot stop moving in that zone, period. Not for a second. It's a very expensive mistake to make. All right, let's look at a really familiar red circle. What's the order here? Well, since it's a prohibition, it means you must not drive any faster than 30 miles per hour. It's not a target, it's the absolute ceiling for your speed on that bit of road. So what about its blue twin? If the red one is the max, this blue one is a mandatory order. You must drive at least 30 miles an hour as long as it's safe to do so. You usually see these in places like long tunnels to stop someone from crawling along and causing a huge jam or even an accident. So let's talk about the big one, 70. When people see this sign, the white circle with the black slash, they usually just think 70 miles per hour. But, and this is a really big but, what it means totally depends on the road you're on. On a motorway or a dual carriageway, yep, it's 70. But on a single carriageway, that exact same sign means 60. And of course, that red circle of don't covers a whole bunch of other really important orders. You know, it tells you when there's no overtaking, when you absolutely can't do a U-turn or a right turn. And it gives us the famous no entry sign, either for all traffic or sometimes just for specific types, like no motor vehicles allowed. Now, for pretty much every rule, there's an exception. And in the world of road signs, the stop sign is so critical it gets its very own totally unique shape, the octagon. This is so you can recognize it from any angle, even if it's partly covered in snow. And the order is absolute. You have to bring your car to a complete stop at the line. Okay, so triangles warn us and circles order us around. Let's get to our final shape, rectangles. And you can think of these as the road's information desk. They're basically the guide for your journey. See, these signs don't shout warnings or bark orders at you. They just inform. They're giving you directions, a bit of context, or helpful details about what's coming up, like telling you about a one-way street or some roadworks. They're basically the narrators of your drive. For instance, what's this sign telling us? It's just letting you know that there are roadworks up ahead. Now, you might see a triangle warning sign too, but this sign's main job is purely informational. It's saying, hey, expect some delays, things might be a bit disrupted. And how about this rectangle? This one gives you a super important piece of information. The motorway is ending. And that really matters because it's telling you the rules of the road are about to change in a big way. The speed limit's going to drop, the type of road will be different, and you need to adjust how you're driving. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. Really getting this code is what takes you from being someone who just drives a car to someone who is a truly fluent and aware driver. So if you only take one thing away from all this, please make it this simple system. Triangles warn, circles order, rectangles inform. If you can just lock that simple framework into your brain, you've pretty much cracked the entire code of UK road signs. And that leaves us with one last thing to chew on. Now that we know what they all mean, which road sign do you think is the one that gets ignored the most out there? Is it a speed limit, a no entry sign, something else? It's a pretty interesting question, isn't it? The difference between knowing the rules and actually following them?